Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright and welcome back to Wizards News. Today I want to talk about Community Day. There was a lot of fun to be had, but there are a few lessons learned and I want to kind of go through those and talk about what Community Day was in general. So let's take a look at this. My Community Day was an absolute blast. I had a ton of fun. It was incredibly hot. It got up to about 97 here with almost 100% humidity. And for this area, that is very, very hot. So everyone's going to have a little bit different because it's held all around the world. I had a few people saying it was really, really cold when they were in the southern hemisphere. Yeah, it was a good day. Even with that, it was a lot of fun. We did do a lot in cars because there was air conditioning, but there was a group of about 6 of us that just hung out in the shade with a little bit of a breeze and really enjoyed the time with other people. And for me, that's what Community Day is all about. It's about getting to know other people. I've never met these people before, and it was a good time to just hang out and enjoy each other. And especially with doing Fortress challenges, there's a great chance to get to know each other because there's a lot of strategy that has to go on, a lot of communications of, leave that pixie for me, or I'll take the formidable Death Eater, and actually figuring out who can help each other. And hey, can you heal me? And all those types of things are just make it very fun. It's a lot different than Pogo, where you're just going tap 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 tap. So this is a great way to get to know people, and the community aspect to challenges were absolutely phenomenal. I know a lot of people went out to sponsored malls, and so you get to hang out in the air conditioning. But then in sponsored malls, there's a lot more that's going on. A lot of people had really good spawns. So that brings me to the topic of spawns. Some people said they had amazing spawns, and some people really didn't at all. And so you really have to find the right spot for it. You're looking for those hot spots where a lot of spawns come up. I like to go to parking lots if there's a lot of spawns there, but you're not going to run into as many people playing. So there's that balance. Do you want to do community, in which case you're probably going to want to go to the parks or the regular places where there's a lot of inns around. But if you're actually out there for spawns, then you're probably going to want to go to a place where there aren't as many inns and it's more just absolute spawns. Some people saw almost nothing and some people saw a lot. And so you really had to find that hot spot. And if you don't find it, then you're probably going to have to move on to some other place. This is actually from a bit south of me. One of the guys in our local group submitted this, and whoa, I think I'm going there next time. Now, if you're all about XP, you're just going to want to be focusing on grinding spawns during these because they are everywhere, and you can really get a lot really fast, especially with the 3x brew for your brain elixir. That's what you want to be doing. But for Community Day, I wanted to do more challenges, so I spent about 2/3 of the time doing fortresses with friends, and then about 1/3 of the time grinding foundables and walking around and getting those. I found that to be an absolute ton of fun, and getting to know people and meeting and actually playing around. Doing fortresses with a group of people is an incredibly fun experience. It's maybe not the best for XP and that type of thing, but it is very enjoyable. And we got addicted, and this is one of the things we're just like, okay, we're doing this one, we're doing this one, and sometimes we go and do a really hard level, and then sometimes we just do the level 4 and try and get formidable pixies and Death Eaters. And it was a very good experience. For the 5 of us that were actually out in the shade, I got all 10 of my formidable Death Eaters. 3 of the people in the group got all of their formidable pixies that they needed. I also got to complete the assignment of 3 wizarding challenges with 3 friends, and that completed the SOS task force. So I have gone through the entire SOS task force and finished that out. And if you'd like to see a video on all the steps involved in that, let me know. Maybe I'll run through that as well. And then, of course, another day, another level up. So this was a very big success for me. Now, other people out there had other ideas. Some people were out for completing the registries and getting the stamps. And I've had a few people complain about it because they were expecting to see more of the rare items. That wasn't quite the way Community Day worked. You would see the same levels of items. It's just with Hogwarts School, you saw a lot more Hogwarts School pop up. But you're still going to be seeing a lot more of the students and not as many boggart cabinets. And that's what a lot of people were really going for, was getting all those boggart cabinets. And you did find those occasionally. And once you get through enough Hogwarts School's traces, you would come across them. But you're not going to see a lot of the rare things. You're just going to see them in the normal ratios, just with more focusing on the Hogwarts schools in this case. For those climbing up the XP tree and just focusing on leveling up, you can just focus on foundables. And I actually talked to one guy who hit 100,000 XP in the 3 hours, just focusing on foundables. It was almost 35,000 an hour, and did an amazing job. So I might actually go back and try that sometime, although I kind of like focusing on the community. That's another thing that a lot of people do. Get to know other people out there and build relationships so that when you need to go do group fortresses, you have people you can talk to and do those group fortresses. Some people were all about the group fortresses. That was the entire reason for Community Day, and that they could come out and work with other people and have that enjoyment of bouncing off of each other in the fortress and working together to accomplish the task. An incredible amount of fun. If you are the type of person who's looking to get rare foundables, then your best bet is using dark detectors. And we had 3 inns set up with dark detectors, and we regularly had red flares popping up. And I think we did about a dozen or so with red flares in the 3 hours, because we had dark detectors on 3 inns around. So all of that being said, what did I learn in this Community Day, and what am I going to do differently next time? That really depends on what my goal is. I do like the aspect of Community Day and getting out and getting to meet people. And so I think that's going to be my main focus, is right off the bat is I'm just going to find people that I can get together with and do some fortresses. That's very enjoyable and a great way to spend the time. But after an hour or two of that, I think I'm going to be focusing on the rare foundables. So I'm probably going to find a place with 3 or 4 inns that I can load up on dark detectors and just walk around that. I find that with 3 or 4 inns, I can load up the dark detectors and just walk around them and never run out of traces. As long as you keep moving, they will keep popping up. Though I might find one of these honey holes and go hang out there, because that does look like a lot of fun. Again, we keep coming back to one of the interesting things about Wizards Unite is there is no one way to play the game. There is no one goal. Everyone has a different thing that they're hunting, and you really have to play the game as to what you want to do. Are you looking for completing your registries? Are you looking for leveling up and getting your XP? Are you looking for climbing the skill tree? Each of those are going to require a different task, and Community Day is a great way to actually do all 3 of them, or focus on any one particular task. You don't have to be forced into just doing fortresses or just getting foundables or just meeting people. You get to have your fun in the way you want to have it. And that's what makes this a fantastic game, is because there is no right way to play it. After all this fun, I am really looking forward to the next Community Day. This was an absolute blast, and in my book, a complete success. Very, very well done, and thank you for putting this together, Niantic. This was fun. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. What did you find enjoyable? What did you learn from this? Or what will you do differently next time? I'd love to hear that as well. If you liked the video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all those fun things. That really helps out the channel, and thank you for that. So I think that's about it for now. Until next time, have a magical day. Oh, look, a community frog. Maybe he has something special inside. Let's see. Oh, Rowena Ravenclaw. Yeah, I've got a few of her, but I always like getting another one. And you can get this one if you come see me at an event. See you then.
And Community Day just ended. Just in time. We all wrapped up and ran back to the car, and yeah, this happened. So I guess I'm not going to get any more B-roll.